Hello, crypto friends. Took a shower. Didn't want to get my hair wet. So we're going to roll with it. I think the world's ready for this kind of hairstyle. Living the robe life. Probably a funny video if this is your first CG experience. But we're going to get into Bitcoin because the bulls got a break finally. Now we're shifting our focus onto the daily exponential resistance. The daily chart's no longer oversold. We've bounced 20% from the lows at this point. We're looking at the daily exponential resistance to be tested. Nice inside bar bull break, multiple daily inside bars breaking bullish, watching the MACD on the daily time frame. And we know that this daily bounce is going to just set a lower high because the last clear lower high is 5,665. So anything under that's a lower high. To change the daily trend, we would have to see the bulls bounce, set a top, pull back, form a daily higher low, and then see continuation. That's not going to happen anytime soon, but the bulls have momentum and it is a clear shift on a lot of time frames with how we're seeing the price react to exponential moving averages and just a slight shift in sentiment. We also had a significant announcement in the US in terms of the Fed slowing down the raising of rates, and the stock market is on fire in response to that. And we didn't see much response in Bitcoin to that news, but a lot of money is moving in response to that. So zooming in on the 4-hour time frame, we had the bull break. Some individual names broke bullish first. Some of the altcoins, Litecoin was one of them that broke bullish first on the 4-hour time frame. Bitcoin followed, 4-hour inside bar bull break. And what has been standing out to me on this move is obviously the notable bull volume on the way up, but the hourly consolidation has been ideal. These are not the moves where we see an hourly bull move with a big upper wick and we give it all back. These are bull flags. So healthy consolidation, didn't even need to touch exponential support, and we're doing it again. We just double top, so it's clear resistance and support's down at 41.33. We have a clear channel to be watching in the short term, but this is very healthy hourly consolidation. The exponential moving averages are keeping up. When we lose the exponential moving averages, we zoom out to the 4-hour, and we're going to look for healthy 4-hour consolidation because the 4-hour chart has not formed a higher low since down here at 3,562. So we're extended on the 4-hour time frame. If we lose the hourly uptrend and lose the exponential supports, we look for healthy 4-hour consolidation. And at this point, I'm still just riding my, it's a little bit less than a half position of what I initially entered in the 3,000s. And I'm still riding that because momentum has shifted enough that I'm comfortable. And I will probably ride it through a 4-hour consolidation period, looking for the bull cross of the 12 and the 26 period, which has not happened since the bear break of the 6,000s, and looking to potentially test and hold that exponential support on that consolidation. So at this point, I will exit my position if a 4-hour uptrend is lost, but I know that the next 4-hour consolidation that we see is probably going to be normal, healthy consolidation, so I am in no rush. Let's see what the shorts have been doing. So the Bitcoin shorts on the daily time frame started covering, but this is not significant, and this is where they can get into trouble. The shorts are still really high. They're almost the highest they've been on this entire move, and obviously Bitcoin is a lot higher than that. So this is the kind of scenario where shorts can get squeezed if the bulls were to rocket up another 5%. So on these little periods, this is where it does allow a little bit of time for the bears to exit, but we can see that they're not doing so. Keeping in mind that that chart shows the total number of shorts, and we could have 10,000 shorts close and 10,000 shorts open, and that's going to be reflected the same on the chart. We're not going to be able to determine who's closing and who's opening, and I would not be surprised for shorts to be opening here after this bull move, anticipating a daily lower high forming. But we continue this really strong move on the hourly time frame, see another leg up. Every time we see another leg up, it's just more pressure put on those bears. So bulls comfortable, tight range to be watching. Again, 41.33 to the top of 42.45. And then we have 4-hour exponential support after that. Ethereum, actually, let's go to Gbtc. And this was a clue yesterday, and I meant to put it in the video 2 days ago. 2 days ago is when the clue came out. And shout out to member Apollo for pointing this out. Gbtc. So that's the only instrument that you can trade Bitcoin on the US markets. And that is the investment trust. And it has a premium. And when fear was at its highest, the premium dropped down to 1, which means 1 share of Gbtc is equivalent to the amount of holdings in Bitcoin that share represents. Look at the premium. It's up 25% in the last few days, and it's been breaking out bullish in anticipation of this Bitcoin bull move. So the Bitcoin bull move has occurred today, But the past 2 days, the clear increase in premium has been going on. And to get this chart, you use this. I want to pause it. That's the calculation to get the ratio. But let's look at actually Gbtc. And it didn't really show it there. It was just an inside bar that got the bull break, just like Bitcoin did. But the clue was in the premium. And that told us there was some buying pressure in Gbtc in anticipation of this potential bull break. That's a clue to me. That tells me that it was a little bit of a lead indicator. And I'm going to be watching to see, can this be a lead indicator in the future as well? ETH on the daily time frame, we have the bounce. It was not an inside bar bull break, clearly breaking the lower highs. Anything under 180.21 is just a lower high. Exponential resistance, not exactly within sight at this point. So we're keeping an eye on that exponential resistance as we close in on it. 4-hour time frame, looking for the exponential crosses here. Support is down at 112.69, a little double low on this hourly time frame, or the 4-hour time frame. Again, we're extended without clear supports, similar to Bitcoin. We're looking for the cross of the exponential moving averages. We're looking to hold that support if we back test it, but the hourly uptrend is intact. Short-term support 117, and the top of this move at this point is 120. So 117 to 120 is the shortest time frame range to be watching. Exponential support has been holding on the way up. See it act as resistance, 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 and now support, still holding it. So same setup for Bitcoin in the sense that the hourly exponential supports are holding. If they're lost, we zoom out to the 4-hour, and ideally the bulls will maintain 4-hour exponential supports at this point. LTC has been a lead bull on this bounce. And we had an inside bar bull break here as well. Signal was 31.32. At this point, we've seen 10% follow through on that daily inside bar bull break. MACD is ready to go. We're already over the exponential 4-period resistance. Whether or not we reject remains to be seen. We need to see how Bitcoin reacts to that level. 4-hour time frame, support established at 31.97. Resistance is 35.40, and next resistance after 35.40 is going to be up at 37.50. Hourly uptrend is intact. Last higher low 33.38 off of the exponential supports, and resistance is 35.40. So that's the tight range to be watching the last few hours. If we bear break and lose the exponential supports, we look at the 4-hour and look to backtest and hold those levels. We already got the bull cross last couple candlesticks. So again, just look at the note in the shift in sentiment on these exponential moving averages and how they are reacting to the price from resistance back to support. And it would be very meaningful on Bitcoin for me if we can start holding this exponential as support after how it has been an absolute brick wall since 6,000 as resistance. If we hold this on the first couple tests, make our way into the mid $4,000 range, that's going to be notable, and that will give the bulls continued confidence. XRP to wrap it up, daily time frame, inside bar, bull break. Actually, let's see, 3989.40. So that's a little double top. Bulls want to break that level more clearly. Exponential resistance will be next. 4-hour time frame. Last higher low established was all the way down at 34.6. So we will need another 4-hour higher low. Still waiting for this cross to occur. And on the hourly, exponential support still holding. Last higher low, 38.85, and 40 is resistance. So that's the tight range to be watching. Same thing as everybody else. Lose the hourly uptrend. And the 4-hour time frame will look to backtest the exponential moving averages. Bottom line, bulls have short-term control. We have very clear levels to be watching in this short-term hourly channel. We'll very clearly see whether we break bull or bear from this channel. And if we break bear, the bulls are comfortable knowing that a 4-hour higher low is likely to form. So all in all, pretty comfortable for the bulls. Congrats to those that bought in on the dip. And now it's just about managing those positions. Also, bears are getting ready for entries. Bears are watching exponential resistances. For me personally, because we've dropped so hard on the daily time frame, the exponential resistances are more important to me rather than just price levels from previous resistance spots. Although Bitcoin 43.71 does stand out to me, the exponential resistance is going to be right there as well. So it's a little bit of a floating resistance because it's going to change consistently every day. It's going to react to the current prices as well. But visually speaking, exponential levels have been great guides. Again, the 12 and the 26 period, they've been really great guides on the downtrend. And now we'll see if they're going to be great guides on the bounce as well. So we'll check back in. I'm going to be traveling again this weekend, and I'll certainly do at least a couple videos. Not sure if it'll be every day, but these bulls can keep up this momentum. Appreciate you watching. Do good things out there. I've been continuing to leave surprise donuts for my elderly neighbor, and it makes his morning, and he's so excited to thank me for them. Just a small, tiny gesture, but he doesn't have any way of traveling around, and those donuts can make a big difference. So, thanks again. Wow. Steep sheep peeping.